Hi, my babies, and welcome back to another video. It's your girl Virgo Garden. If you don't know, now you know. Anything you need to know about little old me will be down below in the description box. You do not have to be a Virgo to watch this video. Hi, my babies. Hi, my babies. Hi. I hope everyone's doing well and swell, y'all. So I told y'all on that live Saturday I had something special coming for y'all. And ooh, did I mean it. So, as some of y'all know, I did go to New York a couple weeks ago. So, I didn't just go to perform. A few other things I went to go do, and I got them accomplished, and this was one of them. So, before we get all the way into it, quick announcements. Do not forget, now until November 11th, you could book me for a one-question reading for $11.11. The discount is already applied on the website. All you got to do is go purchase. So, y'all, when I say, let's start at the beginning, okay? I found out about Seneca Village when I was in college. I'm not gonna lie, I found out about it off of this documentary called, I think it's called Hidden Colors. And so I was like, oh, I want to know more about that because it seems so interesting to me. So when I was in college, I had to take, I forgot the exact name of the class, but it's a speech class. So I ended up giving a presentation on Seneca Village. I believe I got an A on that presentation because I was actually really into it. I learned a lot about it. I learned a lot about the community and the culture, the lifestyle, and being in college this go round, I had to take last semester African American Lit, and we had an extra bonus like assignment at the end of the semester, and I did mine on Seneca Village. So I even learned even more about Seneca Village. So I always knew I was going to go back to Seneca Village. The first time I went, if you watch the Sunday Mimosa about my siblings, I went with my sister on my dad's side. I went with her. And so I didn't really get to enjoy it because I'm one of them people, I can go somewhere by myself and I'm Gucci. I'm good. And it seems like I enjoy myself more when I'm by myself because it's a certain experience I get to have that somebody else would interrupt. So the first time I went to Seneca Village back in 2000, I want to say 16, I think. I didn't really get to, meditate. I didn't get to ground. I didn't get to absorb the energy. So I knew I had to go back. Now, I didn't know I was being sent back on a mission until I got closer and closer to my New York trip. And they told me one of the things I had to do while I was there was I had to do a mediumship for the citizens of Seneca Village. And when I say I am so honored, oh my goodness, I am so honored. So I'm going to give y'all some background on Seneca Village, and then we about to get into this journey, okay, this spiritual trip that I went on because it was so interesting. So here we go. Seneca Village is a significant settlement of black property owners that began in 1825. African American Andrew Williams purchased 3 lots, Epiphany Davis purchased 12, and the AME Zion Church purchased 6, located between 82nd and 89th Street in Manhattan, New York. For 32 years, Seneca Village became a vibrant town with over 300 residents that half of them owned their homes, even some with gardens. Now, I would like to point out Seneca Village was a predominantly African American neighborhood community. It was the first one, I believe, in Harlem. Not in Harlem, but in Manhattan. So that's why it's such a big deal, because it was the first African American community in Manhattan. And I do believe that some of these were former slaves, or they were definitely the descendants of former slaves. So this was definitely a huge deal, and this is definitely history. History that is not talked about enough. So Seneca Village produced for shyly over 3 decades 2 schools, 3 churches, 3 cemeteries, midwives, butchers, and blacksmiths. So this was a fully functioning community, y'all, okay? A fully functioning community. Unfortunately, these citizens were forced off their land by the government in 1857 to build what we now know as Central Park. Many of the citizens migrated past 110th Street and heavily populated what we now know as a historical black neighborhood called Harlem. So, y'all, also, I would like to mention that it was excavated in 2011, and that's when I did my presentation in college the first time on Seneca Village. So that's when I really got to like learn a lot. You get to see the artifacts and stuff that they found that proves that this community was real. This is not something that can just be erased. Like, their energy is literally in the land. All right. So, are y'all ready for this journey? Let's get into it.
This is Chambers Street. Transfer is available to the 2, 3, R, and W train. Connection is available to HAP. This is 86th Street. Transfer to the M86 Select Bus Service.
Oh, look at the square. That's a good sign. One thing about the Northerners, the way they don't show their racism like how the people in the South show their racism. How the Northerners show their racism is they try to bump you and shit. And I've been done bumped your ass down there with Satan. You better fucking get out of my way. Goddamn it, shit. I got it twisted. Got it twisted.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, quickly. Waiting for the sun to come out. Oh yeah, I feel the energy already. Every time I come here, I can feel the energy. It is amazing. Y'all done fucked around and went the wrong way. One thing I'm gonna tell you about New York is, especially if you're out of town, like I told y'all using headphones and stuff, I just got my GPS on me. But and plus people see the camera, so they don't really want to mess with me anyway because it's so much fun. But don't ever turn around, okay? If you find you're going the wrong way in New York, find a way that you can make a circle and circle back if need be. But don't ever turn around, okay? By the way, this is the video I have when I got robbed. I need to change this shit. Alright, I'm getting close. So, I need to sit down, roll up, and charge up my phone on my portable charger. And be grounding, okay? According to them, I'm coming up on it. Ooh, the energy's strong. The energy is very, very strong, y'all. Damn, you can feel it, bro. Now, I don't remember exactly which way me and my sister went. But I pray to God they ain't turn that shit into no dog park. That would be the ultimate disrespect. I want to say this shit right here, y'all. What is this? Seneca. Ooh, the disrespect. Do you Irish Americans? Excuse me. This was a black-owned community. Look how the government come in and be changing shit. As if this shit is not in the history books. This was the largest black-owned community in fucking Manhattan. And these motherfuckers come up here Irish up there. I don't give a fuck about my Irish roots. I'm Irish than a motherfucker. Last name Irish. Give a fuck about my Irish roots. You gotta be fucking kidding me. This is so disrespectful. When I came back in 2016, 17, it was not like this, y'all. I am pissed. Look what they did to it, y'all. Oh, well. This is Seneca Village, just so y'all know. Before it was wealthy ass Manhattan. I can't believe these niggas put Irish up here, bro. This is so fucking disrespectful, but let me read it. So, interesting thing is, I kept seeing these before I left, and the light is still on. That's definitely a message. What time is it? 9:18. That means it's almost 9:19, which is my birthday. So yeah, it's pretty dope. 9:19 on the dot. Let me get a picture of it, y'all. It starts here, apparently, is what they're trying to say. Lamp post. And y'all, I mean, it was like all of this land for a few blocks. So don't think it was just this little patch right here. It was all of this. This is pretty though. I do like this little gazebo thing they got going right there. But look at the pretty flowers. is pretty, but y'all put out over 100 fucking families, bro. Like, let's be honest. So, y'all got to go. I'm about to charge up, roll up, all that. All of this was Seneca Village, though. Not just this little patch. Right here feel good. And they actually came and excavated all of this. I don't know, they told me to go up, y'all. I gotta charge my phone up, y'all. I just seen 444. It's on 15%. We can't have that. I gotta get the coins, but I'll make sure I definitely get footage. All of this is all the way across the street. All of this real. I don't think it's just some little patch. Like, now I go all the way up there, all the way down. And it's bigger than what they made it seem like it was. So I don't want them giving people the wrong ideas, but it's a great spot to come meditate. They got me out here hiking. Alright, y'all, I gotta do this read. I don't know where they taking me. See, this how this stuff be happening. I don't know where I'm being taken to. But yeah, y'all, all of this stuff. It's beautiful. Oh, and then there's a little spot you could sit at. Ooh, I bet y'all. This spot you can sit at, but y'all already know me. I'm about the ground, baby. I'm about the ground. Ooh, and I think I know where. This is beautiful and so peaceful and serene. And these people put it down. Okay. So this is where we at with it, basically. I had to make sure I got here though. We in between two trees. Where else would they put me? And they're the only two trees up here. Where else would they put me? Make sure I hugged on. Y'all saw me feed the pigeons, get a pigeon thanks. Always give thanks to the ancestors, the higher ups, for the things that they carry you through and help you through. So y'all, let me go ahead and get this done. New York, New York, New York. Get y'all shit together. That shit don't make no damn sense. I'm sitting in the middle of Central Park. This is the second time this nigga came out. First he came out to the motherfucking bushes, okay? And he ran that way. Now, where he go? Where he go? Now he just sitting over here chilling. And yes, I'm really in motherfucking New York, okay? Now he just, where he go? 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 There he go. Okay? Now he just motherfucking chilling. That nigga sick, bruh. Like, bro, please get the fuck away from me. Can't somebody bring their dog or something? Where's a cat when you need one? God damn. And then once I did arrive to Seneca Village, I sat down, you know, I got right energetically, and I grounded. And when I started grounding, all these messages started coming in. They started, like, I mean, they were speaking to me heavy, y'all. They were speaking to me so heavy. But unfortunately, I couldn't record it while they were actually coming in, because if you know anything about NYC, your phone dies quickly, okay? It's something about the city, your phone dies quickly. So I had to write, and I mean, I was writing for a while, everything that they were saying. And also during the mediumship, when I'm reading the mediumship notes, is also certain symbology that they wanted me to mention as well. So I will be mentioning that in between the mediumship notes, and then we'll get into, you know, the rest of the video. So here we go. We built on our own land. They shysted and robbed us. This land was pure until the invaders came. Our sanctuary was used for their luxury. They play, walk, exercise on the land that we built our lifestyle. We started with twigs and dirt and built a legacy, and they dare take it from us. They were rough. They tried to push us out. They tried to push us out this country, past the border. They stole our lease, our rightful land, and the city will not have peace until our wrongs are righted. Our land was full of life. Now it's just grass and leyland. And they said leyland is land not really being used. So at this point in time, the wind was blowing, but it started blowing more frequently, and it started blowing a little more heavier than what it was at first. So then more messages started coming back in. They said, our joy turned to sorrow. Broken promises for tomorrow that still haven't been fulfilled. All we see is a city in turmoil, in hell. Nothing is the same as it used to. No one helps their neighbor or smiles at a stranger. And at that point in time, a car alarm started going off and also an ambulance in the background. They took us by force. They gave us no choice and erased us out the history books. As if you could not dig further and find evidence of our life there. And at that point in time, another car alarm started going off, as if they're saying that they were being robbed. Then more messages started coming back in, and they said, how do you completely wipe out the history of an entire culture, of this country's history, of the life of human beings, as if who we are or what we did didn't matter? And right around that time, that's when a fly started flying around me. Then more messages started coming back in, and they said, yes, we allowed the Irish to live there, but they didn't build the land. They just contributed to it. We gave them grace and a place to stay when this country did not. So they had no choice but to fall in line with our customs and laws. They passed a bill that made the cost of living for us harder, and they did it intentionally. And that was the beginning of our downfall. So at this point in time, a lot of symbology started coming in. There were children at that point playing like in the background. And one of the children in the background screamed right after that message finished, you're on our land, get off your feet. That is what the child said to another child. They said, you're on our land, get off your feet. Which means get off of our land. Get your feet off our land. Get your feet off what belongs to us. Also, the sky was half gray and half cloudy. And, well, one half was gray and cloudy. The other half was actually clear blue skies. So the gray clouds were in the direction of Harlem. Imagine that. Because that's where they pushed them towards once they took their land. They pushed them towards Harlem. And the clear blue skies were in the direction right over Central Park Avenue or Parkway. I don't remember the exact name of the street, but it's named after Central Park right before you go into the park. Also, it was birds in the bushes, and they're saying that someone living in the community was a spy and they told it all. Also, a flock of birds took off towards Harlem, and the sky towards Harlem started turning blue, and the sun came out, and the clouds were clearing out. And that's when a car alarm started going off. Then I heard a large truck in the background, and 2 minutes later, that same truck pulled into Central Park and drove right through Seneca Village, which is this road that they have paved, and they drove right through Seneca Village. So it was like they're saying, like basically, they ran over them. It's like they literally ripped the community apart. Also, it was peaceful when I first came out there, and all the people that like were out there with their dogs, I think you saw it in the beginning clip when I was like walking through, they left. People were still jogging and walking through without dogs and some with dogs, but they kept it pushing, like no one bothered me. It was calm and it was peaceful. But then this cop car came, and it came to like assist these work trucks to come in. And it was actually a dump truck. So it's like they're saying America dumped all their problems on them. America made them pay for something that they didn't ask for, basically. And it's like the police officer, instead of going where the trucks were, he stopped right there where I was, and he stayed in front of me with his lights flashing for like an hour. So it was like they were being watched by the government the entire time, and they didn't know it. And after he left, it's like 15 minutes after that That's when the kids came. Also, 2 small birds were playing with each other in the tree in front of me, and they looked like hummingbirds by the way they were flying and the way that they were landing. So it's like they're saying their voice was silenced. Also, a small flock of birds flew over me, and during this trip I noticed the pigeons were unusually drawn to me. Like, I mean, they were coming up on me, pigeons and rats, but like with the pigeons, it's like they were messengers. So it's like I came this trip to deliver a message, so that was like my confirmation, especially with all the like pigeons and the flocks of birds that kept like flying around me. Also, it was a lot of helicopters and it was a lot of airplanes. A helicopter flew right over me, which is my crown chakra, which is letting me know that I was elevated enough to deliver the messages. Also, there was a bee out there flying around me. And then, one point in time, as y'all saw, a rat came out the bushes. And then he ran back in. So it was like maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes later, here comes another rat. And that's the one that y'all saw in the video. Which means the enemy was working. Also, somebody was trying to block me from giving those messages as well. But they're saying it was definitely a rat. It was a spy in the community for sure. I also saw a person walking a white poodle, which means basically, like they said, the land was just taken for luxury. It was like a reverse Robin Hood, they said. And y'all, it was a lot of other symbologies going on, but it was like repeated ones, like pigeons and helicopters, ambulances, car alarms, airplanes. Also, there was a big dog and a little dog barking, and the little dog kept barking, and they're saying America is the little dog and they the big dog. Okay, that's what they said. I also saw a stick that looked like a boomerang, which I'm going to show y'all later, I believe. Which means that any karma, any bad karma that was done to them is going to come back on the person that did it. The wind started blowing hard and a big cloud went over the sun. They're saying the truth shall be uncovered. A helicopter started flying overhead, which means that the bloodline will be eventually restored back to its rightful place, overcoming the obstacles and the opportunity to a rebirth and a renewal. They're saying the opportunity is now. They say it's time to shift the atmosphere. Also, I heard a knocking sound, which means opportunity. The opportunity is now. They're saying opportunity is now with that knocking sound. And then the last symbology that I have written down is 3 helicopters flew over me. So that's a confirmation that they're willing to work with the people that were sent for that mission to be able to shift the atmosphere and to right their wrongs. So y'all, let's go ahead and get into the next part of the video. Alright y'all, so before we even get into the reading, okay, we gonna go ahead and clarify some things. That is the bushes the rat was in. That is the boomerang stick that I mentioned. I hear the sirens going off. Also, this cool ass stone as well. You can't really see it, I don't want to touch it, but when the sun hits it, it shines. It is really, see how the sun just come out like that? And it's really, really pretty. So I do believe this is the way towards Harlem. Look how beautiful the sky look. And, you know, you got to prove to people that you are where you say you are. I don't know if y'all can see it, but let me zoom in. So y'all know I really am in Central Park, okay? So the people that been to New York and live in New York, hold on, okay? Is that proof enough? I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't know what else I can do to prove I'm really in Central Park, bro. like you got the buildings. Like, I don't know. Well, y'all saw me walk past the sign earlier though, but matter of fact, here's a better angle. So you can actually see I really am in motherfucking New York. Okay, we ain't just making this shit up. Alright, we really in motherfucking New York. So that's where I was originally sitting, between the two trees at first, and the sun is all the way over there, down there by the bench. And I started sitting over there, but as you can see, the sun's still not over there. And then I sat over there, but then the rat came out twice. So yeah, and now ironically enough, where I'm set up at is where the rat was. So y'all, let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, so I got a lot of messages that came channeled in, but unfortunately, like I said, my phone is about to die. So it's at like 60%. So I'm gonna go ahead and run through this reading so I can finish charging my phone up so it doesn't die. Alright, so the first card out is the Two of Wands. What I noticed is the first row came out Two of Cups, Two of Swords, 222, working together, a community. They said they sat down and they made a decision and they built this from the ground up, is what they're saying. They set certain laws together for this community to be a healthy community, a balanced community, and a community for everyone to thrive, not just one person or one class of people. They're saying they knew in their intuition someone was moving very snake-like. They did not know that war was basically going to be declared on them, though, is what I'm hearing as well. They did not know their community would be attacked like that, and then look what came out. The devil. They said a two-faced monster. Okay? A two-faced monster that sold them dreams. Right up under that Two of Cups. Sold them dreams to get their land and to get what it was they had, and left them bare and left them naked. Gracious. So they're saying now, because they did this, they have to work twice as hard and they're stuck in a contract. But like they said in the channel messages, this is something that can be overcame. Look at the underlying energy. Page of Swords. It's about a renewed mindset. I'm hearing something about contracts. I'm hearing something about needing to rebuild again, needing to start somewhere else and rebuild again. Okay? They're saying there is an issue in the community with communication. Alright? Needing to have compassion towards one another, being too quick to cut one another off. They say until we work together, until things are unified and there is some sort of code that everyone abides by, there will be no uniform unity, is what I'm hearing. I think that's the same thing, but that's what they said, uniform unity. They're saying this is something that is something that they dreamed about, something that they worked hard for, something that was part of the culture. They said, do not let this die. All right. Then look, got the Seven of Wands and got the Knight of Wands. I'm hearing we shall overcome, honey. Look what it's, okay? And look what comes out behind it. I've been seeing a lot of white birds. They said the monkey tried to trick you, but you got the monkey back. That's what they said, okay? The monkey tried to trick you, but you got the monkey back. This is you overcoming that. Okay, well, them overcoming that. This is a new pathway. This reminds me, for some reason, I never got this message of the Nile River, and that's probably what that really is, the Nile River. This is an abundant flow, needing to build somewhere else. There's an abundant land somewhere else. And they also got the Queen of Wands. Until there is unity and everyone has a role to play and acts like that, there can be no force to be able to take back what is rightfully yours. And that